The Bell-Tainter Graphophone, so called because it was created by the talent and hard work of Alexander Graham Bell, Chichester Bell, Alexander's cousin, and Charles Sumner Tainter, who among others formed the American Graphophone Company in 1887. The North American Phonograph Company marketed both the American Graphophone Company's treadle graphophone and the Edison Phonograph Works electric phonograph. Edison phonographs use wax cylinders to reproduce sound. They are 4 inches long, recorded at 100 grooves per inch. The American Graphophone Company treadle graphophones use ozocerite cylinders to reproduce sound. A 6-inch long wax-covered cardboard cylinder, it is recorded at 160 grooves per inch. The 4 Bell-Tainter Graphophones we will view next were produced from 1893 to 1895, during which time the American Graphophone Company consolidated with the Columbia Phonograph Company. Introduced August 1894, the Beltaner F graphophone was the American Graphophone Company's first spring motor phonograph. Constructed using A-frame topworks recycled from earlier treadle graphophones, but modernized by changing to Edison's 100 grooves per inch, replacing the large treadle pulley with a smaller one, and adding a removable mandrel. The Beltaner F was introduced at a price of $110. To play a cylinder, Edison's phonograph carriage traverses from left to right, while the Beltaner Graphophone carriage traverses from right to left. Opening the drop-down front door and pulling out the right, then left lid latches inside the motor compartment allows the lid to be removed. Early Bell-Tainter graphophones may have a part of the identification tag used on the large treadle pulley secured inside their lid. The first Bell-Tainter graphophone mandrels were delicately made of wood and had felt covering. To place a cylinder on the Beltaner F, the right side plunger is pulled outward and the entire mandrel removed from the machine. A cylinder is then placed on the mandrel, and the mandrel with the cylinder in place is returned to the graphophone. The first graphophones produced in 1894 had no decal. This machine retains its original finish. The Beltaner F retains the treadle graphophone rocker arm that pauses cylinder rotation without stopping the rotation of the motor. The Beltaner F was marketed for both business and home use. It was issued without a shaver. 1894 graphophones have cast iron gears and spring barrel. The governor balls are nickel-plated. Later versions have cast brass gears and spring barrel and lead governor balls. The Beltaner F reproducer is made of gutta percha, a form of early plastic. Though similar, it has a longer body than later Columbia Model N and Model A reproducers. Introduced late 1894, the Beltaner G was American Graphophone's first phonograph produced exclusively for home entertainment. It was also the first phonograph to be constructed with completely new parts. The Beltaner G was introduced at a price of $75. The lid is removed by first twisting the catch and then rotating the latch on each side of the cabinet. The Beltaner G came in 2 variations, the earlier style shown here and a later style lacking the drop-down front door. Made of wood, a cylinder is placed on the mandrel and phonograph in the same manner as the Bell-Tainter F. A perfected graphophone decal appears prominently on the front drop-down door. This machine retains its original finish. The Beltaner G was never issued with a shaver. The motor has cast iron gears and spring barrel. The governor balls are nickel-plated. Though compact, the motor plays through multiple cylinders. The reproducer on the Beltaner G is made of gutta percha. Though the same length and form as the Columbia Model N reproducer, it has a needle bar that allowed the reproducer to rest on the mandrel without putting pressure on the stylus. Introduced early in 1895, the Beltaner K was American Graphophone's first model to be issued both as a spring motor and electric graphophone. Like the Beltaner F, the Beltaner K was constructed using recycled treadle A-frame top works. It was introduced at a price of $85. With no treadle identification tag, this Beltaner K has a Beltaner paper label inside the lid. The mandrel is made of aluminum. A perfected graphophone decal appears prominently on the front panel. This machine retains its original finish. The Beltaner K retains the treadle graphophone rocker arm that pauses cylinder rotation without stopping the rotation of the motor. The Beltaner K graphophone was marketed for both business and home use. It was introduced with a shaver. A push rod and lever engaged the shaver against the cylinder to shave blanks. The Beltaner K graphophone has cast iron gears and cast iron spring barrel. The governor balls are made of lead. The reproducer of the Beltaner K graphophone is made of gutta percha and is a seldom seen cowl variation, having a protective cover over the glass diaphragm. The three Beltaner graphophones just viewed represent the American Graphophone Company's complete offering of spring motor phonographs through late 1895. The 1895 Bell-Tainter K Electric Graphophone is identical to the spring motor version except for the electric motor. It was introduced at a price of $150. The case has the more familiar graphophone decal retaining the Washington, D.C. address. This machine retains its original finish. The Beltaner K Electric retains the large treadle pulley. It has a 2.5 volt DC electric motor. This is the same motor used on 2.5 volt DC electric Beltaner and Columbia graphophones from 1893 into the early 1900s. Two terminals allow the Beltaner K Electric to be attached to an external battery. The reproducer of the Beltaner K Electric is made of gutta percha and is a seldom seen variation with a thin reproducer head. The table on which these Beltaner graphophones have been presented is commonly featured in Bell-Tainter advertising and catalog pictures. The sturdy oak top is set upon a robust cast iron base. It has a lockable accessory drawer and hinged leaf that is held up by a pivoting cast iron support on the side of the table. Owners of graphophones with a shaver could purchase a speaking tube and a recorder to make records at home. A crooked-end tin funnel horn is shown in this Beltaner Graphophone ad, and the same in real life. For our final item, an ad of the Beltaner Graphophone with a 20-inch brass funnel horn suspended from a hoop crane, and the same in real life.